As a business or fitness coach, you want to know that what you are selling is actually going to work. And after coaching thousands and thousands of coaches just like you, what I've come to find out is there's basically 6 ingredients that if you can have these 6 ingredients active inside your business, your coaching program is going to be relatively successful. Now, back in the ELA Foundations program, I introduced you to these 6 ingredients, but we just sort of did like a 35,000 foot view overview of the ingredients. What I want to do now is I want to go a little bit deeper. I want to do a little bit of deep dive because here in the Mastermind Scaling Intensive, you're going to have to get these 6 ingredients right, okay? Because you need the confidence and the boldness that you're going to be able to sell your product, okay? So what are these 6 ingredients? Well, before I get to them, this is what's going to give not just you confidence, but also your prospects confidence that your program works. And when you have confidence that it works, and they have confidence that it works, they have no problem transferring money out of their bank account into yours, okay? And these ingredients are going to allow you to both expand and condense your offer. So when we begin, messing around with your offer a little bit, you're going to want to be able to expand it, okay? You're going to be able to want to have a high ticket, a mid ticket, a low ticket, okay? And then, nothing's going to do that faster than having all 6 ingredients, because instead of having to go create a new program or a new product, you're just going to be able to take something out of your existing program and it's going to allow you to sell it for a little bit of money or allow you to sell it for a lot of money. So I'm going to show you that as we go. So what are the 6 ingredients? Well, the first one, and now listen to me, this could be the single most important ingredient that's going to allow you to get clarity on your business. It's called your payoff statement. And what you have to know is that nobody buys the process, they buy the payoff, okay? Nobody buys the process, they buy the payoff. A few years ago, we were at a Mexican restaurant, my friend John was, and he and his daughter were there, and their favorite thing to do is to get chips and queso, okay? And queso is yummy, okay? And I've got a just a jar of it right here. And what's interesting is when they went in and they ordered queso at this particular Mexican restaurant, they brought the queso out and they said, you know what? We don't know how to tell you this, but we don't have any chips. Okay, all of our chips are gone. They're like thinking like, what in the world? What's a Mexican restaurant without chips, right? And so John's daughter started thinking, she's like, well, do you have any tortillas? And they're like, yeah, well, we have tortillas. And what hit John at that particular moment is what his daughter was doing was saying, who cares about the chips? What I came here for is I came here for the queso. And the chips is simply a delivery mechanism that takes the queso and puts it inside of my mouth, okay? And so tortillas can do that. A spoon can do that. A flip-flop can do that. It's just a delivery mechanism to get what I want inside of my face. Well, a lot of times as business coaches, we make that same exact mistake, okay? We begin selling people the chips, not the queso. We begin talking to them about the delivery mechanism that we use in order to get them a result, but we don't really talk about the result. Well, what the payoff does is the payoff comes back and it brings you to that point where it reminds you that people do not buy the process, they buy the payoff, okay? And it reminds me of like a dentist, okay? Dentists do not sell you on their really sharp Novocaine needles, okay, and their drills. They don't sell you on that. What they sell you on is they sell you on pretty white teeth, right? This is their payoff. So this is the queso, and this is the chips. And so you have to know that inside your business you have both a chip and a queso. But we're so busy sometimes talking about, well, you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get this. Those are all chips. Nobody buys the chips, they buy the queso. Nobody buys the process, they buy the payoff. So you have to get very clear on what is the payoff inside of your business. Now, what is a payoff? A payoff statement is a concise, compelling declaration that clearly communicates the tangible benefits or outcomes that your customer can expect if they use your product or service. That's it. So in other words, if somebody buys your coaching program, what happens to them? Not what do they get? That's the chip. But what happens? And one of the mistakes we make a lot of times in coaching is we say, oh, we're going to get 12 one-on-one programs, and you're going to get, my access to my VIP portal, and you're going to get my little doohickey and my other little doohickey. No, those are chips. Nobody cares about that. What they want to know is they want to know what's going to happen if they pay you. So the payoff statement includes hopeful desires that are both fulfillable and practical. Now, once again, if you have a payoff statement that nobody wants, or you can't really fulfill, or it's not practical, it's not a payoff statement. Okay. And so you need to put some work in here and make sure, okay, does this payoff statement communicate the hopeful transformation that my clients want? And can I fulfill that? And is it practical? Okay. People should know the anticipated transformation expected to happen after they pay for your product. So if you have a $3,000 coaching program or a $5,000 coaching program, and they transfer that money in your bank account, what transformation happens to them? This is so important, because if you're only selling, your time or your services, then what you've done is you've created a commodity-based business, not a transformation business. Commodity-based businesses, that is where you're selling your time or your service in exchange for money. Those have a lid on their revenue. Those you can only charge a little bit of money for. But when you're selling the transformation, you can charge a lot of money for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a lot of our time in this lesson on how to construct a payoff statement, because I really believe it's the most important thing inside of your business here, okay? So you're going to start with the point of our business is, okay? And you're going to just fill that out. So if I was to just ask you, hey, what's the point of your business, okay? You need to be able to immediately clarify your business's main goal or personal value proposition. You need to be able to do that. And if you can't do that, then what's going to happen is it's going to communicate to not only you, but to your prospects that you don't know what the heck you're talking about. So can you fill in that blank? The point of my business is what? What is the purpose behind what you do? See, some of you guys, you look at the coaching world as a quick way to make money. And what I want to tell you is, if you're only looking at the coaching world as a quick way to make money, that's the quickest way to cap your revenue and to go broke, because people are going to sniff that out. But if you believe that you have a way to get someone a result, then you need to be able to communicate that result. And if you can communicate that result, you're going to be well on your way. You're going to be well on your way to making a lot of money. So you have to define the core purpose of your business, okay? The second thing is you have to highlight the transformation or benefit, okay? You're going to identify key transformations that ultimately are outcomes. We call these the core outcomes. If you go back in the ELA Foundations program, you know that we spend a lot of time. You need to focus on the outcome that's most desirable to your target audience. If this is measurable, even better. The third thing, specify the time frame, okay? You want to set clear expectations while also creating a sense of urgency, okay? So you want to specify the time frame. If you remember the point of the Mastermind Scaling Intensive, it's to help you break the 10K per month barrier in 120 days or less. If you were to go through our 10K in 30 days program, well, it's pretty obvious. We're going to help you break the 10K barrier in 30 days or less, okay? It's the time frame. You have to be able to specify that. That needs to be inside your payoff statement. Use strong, action-oriented language. So this is where you're going to choose some verbs or adjectives that convey power. I mean, at the end of the day, you're a coach. You're a transformation coach, no matter whether you're doing fitness or business or life coaching or mindset coaching or whatever. At the end of the day, you're bringing some kind of transformation to the table, and you need to be able to convey power. You need to be able to convey the transformation. You need to be able to convey the positive outcomes that are going to make this statement more dynamic. But it can't be a paragraph. It's got to be concise and short, okay? You have to aim for brevity right here, okay? You have to distill it. It's sort of like if you put wine inside of a saucepan, okay, and you turned it on high and it starts boiling, okay? After a while, that wine is going to be really, really liquidy, but after a while, as it begins reducing, it becomes really thick because you get to the essence of what is in there. That's what you're trying to do with your payoff statement. You want to put it in a saucepan and reduce it, okay, so you can get to the essence of what you're trying to say without losing impact. And the sixth thing is you want to ensure clarity, okay? Make sure your statement is easily understood by someone outside of your industry, okay? Don't use complex language. Don't use internal language. Sometimes we like to use language that makes sense to us, but it doesn't make sense to anyone else. Don't use that. You have to avoid that. So let me give you some examples, okay? And I know that, we have 6 ingredients. I'm spending 80% of our time on this one ingredient because it's that important. But here's what the framework looks like, okay? The point of our business is to, and then this is where you're going to put the action and the transformation in, okay? So what is the transformation that you're looking for? This is the transformation. So the point of our business is to give you this action or this transformation, your target audience or your object into this particular outcome, achieving this benefit in just this particular amount of time. I'll show you some examples. Okay. So this is more of a longer form example. The point of our business is to empower you to shatter personal records and sculpt your body into its peak form. With our coaching, you'll achieve a chiseled physique and elevate your fitness to levels you've never imagined, all within 12 weeks. By joining us, you're not just signing up for another fitness program, you're stepping into a life where your strength, endurance, and confidence hit all-time highs, enabling you to live boldly in a body you're proud of. Now, so this big statement is prior to us putting it through the refining process. Notice how it's long, it's clunky. Does it make sense? Sure, it makes sense, but you lost me along the way. So we want it a little bit shorter. So you could say, the point of our business is to empower you to achieve a chiseled physique and shatter personal records, elevating your fitness to unprecedented levels in just 12 weeks and stepping into a life of strength, endurance, and confidence. Great, but you could even be shorter. Transform your body and sculpt your dream physique in just 12 weeks. So you could say the point of my business is to help you transform your body and sculpt your dream physique in just 12 weeks. See, that's a payoff statement. That's really what you're looking for right there. Okay, you're really looking for it to be shorter. And if you can get it shorter, then you're going to be in really, really, really good shape. Let's take a look at another one, okay? So this one is the point of our business is to turn your brand story into a revenue-generating powerhouse using precision targeting social media ads. Within 90 days, will not only skyrocket your online presence, but also ensure your products and services become the must-haves for your target audience, driving sales and increasing your ROI by up to 300%. By partnering with us, you're choosing a path to not just visibility, but profitability, allow you to dominate your market niche and enjoy the financial freedoms you worked hard for. So when I first started working with this client, this was there. So we said, well, let's make it shorter. So the point of our business is to amplify your brand's online presence and triple your ROI in just 90 days by transforming your story into a precision-targeted social media ads that make your product irresistible to your target audience. It's too complicated. Amplify your brand's presence and triple your ROI in just 90 days. So the point of my business is to help you amplify your brand's presence and triple your ROI in 90 days. See, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something that simple and that short. So you got to be able to put it through the saucepan, turn on that heat, and let it reduce. You're going to have to spend some time with this. Okay. Now, where might you get stuck? Okay. Here's where you might get stuck. Where you might get stuck is you may try to cram everything inside of your payoff statement because you want everyone to know everything. And you have to be careful because when you do that, it becomes clunky. It becomes long. You have to put it down and say, what is the one promise? What's the one transformation that I want to offer that if I offer it, really, really good things are going to happen. So don't get stuck. The second ingredient is what we call the pathway. So I believe the most important is the payoff. Well, the second most important is the pathway, okay? How are you going to get them that payoff? What's going to give them the confidence that this is going to work, okay? What is that payoff? Excuse me. The second ingredient is the pathway. Now, I believe the most important ingredient is the payoff, but the second most ingredient is the pathway. What you're going to do here is you're going to show them, okay, if this is the payoff we're trying to get, this is the logical and linear process that we're going to use to move you from where you are to where you want to go. It's literally a pathway or a framework, you could say right here, okay? Now, here's what you have to know. To guide people toward your intended destination, it's essential to first understand their current position, okay? Now, did you get that? To guide people toward where they want to go, it's important for you to know where they are, okay? And so that's super important. So I'll give you an example. So last week, my daughter called me and she goes, Dad. I said, yeah, babe. She goes, I need directions to the post office. Okay. Dad, how do I get to the post office? What post office? You know, the one just down the street. Where are you? Oh, I'm at my friend's house. Oh, okay. So see, I didn't know the destination or the beginning, but yes, she wanted me to fill in the blanks. So good coaches know exactly where their clients are and where their clients want to go. So you cannot build a pathway. Okay. You can't build a pathway. You can't do this. You can't guide them to their intended destination until you know their current position. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at this in a manner that shows them that excuse me, that shows them that you know where they are. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to share my screen with you. And once again, I apologize for my really bad handwriting here, but you're going to get the idea. Okay. So a good pathway says this. Okay. So it comes over here and says, okay, I know where your frowny face, your current reality is. Okay. All your prospects have a current reality. Okay. And then over here, all of your prospects here, they have a hopeful transformation. They have a destination that they're hopeful that they're going to get to. Okay. Okay. So they have a hopeful transformation and have a current reality. And what you'll notice is there's a gap between these two positions. Okay. So what you have to do is this is where they are. Okay. This is where they want to go. Okay. So if you go back to the previous slide, you remember that says, I can't tell them where they want to go unless I know where they are. So we have to spend some time right here in the system here. We have to spend some time right here, letting them know that we know where their current reality is. Okay. And then once you tell them where their current reality is and they say, yes, that's where I am. And you tell them where they want to go. And they're like, heck yeah, that's where I want to go. Then what you can do is you can come back here and you can create a logical and linear process to move them from where they are to where they want to go. This process, this logical and linear process, ultimately becomes your framework. Okay, this ultimately becomes your pathway to get them success. Okay, and that's what you're looking for right here. You want to be able to get them the result that they are looking for. And if you can get them that particular result and you can show them the logical and linear process to get there, they're going to have a lot more faith in you. So you're going to spend some time putting that logical and linear process together. Okay. The next ingredient that we're going to show you here is what we call teaching coaching. So if the payoff is the queso, this is exactly what they want. The pathway is the logical and linear process to get there. What we know is you run a coaching business. So we have to have teaching and coaching inside of our program. Okay. Teaching and coaching has got to be inside of our program. Now let's look at this. Okay. Teaching is the dissemination of information. Coaching is the application of that information. So if you think about what I'm doing right now, okay? So I am disseminating information to you. I am teaching you. I am not coaching you. I'm teaching you. I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you information, okay? Your coaches inside of the Mastermind Scaling Intensive, they're going to grab you by the hand and they're going to help you apply this information to your business because I'm just disseminating information. Coaching is the application of that information. It's what I call the what versus the how. And some of you guys need to hear this, okay? Some of you guys need to hear that the teaching is the what and the coaching is the how. Some of you guys are getting all caught up on, whether you want your stuff to be public or not. And what I want to tell you is, yes, you want your stuff to be public. You want your core curriculum, many pieces of your core curriculum to be public because that's what communicates with your prospects that you know what the heck you're talking about. Okay, that's just what to do. It's not how to do it. And so the little saying is you give away the what and you sell the how. Okay, now you may have proprietary teaching behind the paywall. You may have more teaching and you should have more teaching, but don't be afraid to give some of your teaching away for free and then put some of your other stuff behind the paywall. That's just what they need to do. How is really what they're paying for. Okay, let me see if I can give you an example of this. So Bobby Flay is one of my favorite chefs in all of the world. I watch him on Food Network. I just love the way that the guy cooks. Now, here's the thing. There are thousands and thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of cookbooks on the market. Okay. Bobby Flay brings something different to the market through his unique mechanism. Okay. because he takes traditional food and he puts a kick in it, right? So he's given you here's what you need to do in order to cook this particular recipe. But here's the thing. If I was to take his recipe and just follow it step by step, and him right beside me was to take his recipe and follow it step by step, whose recipe is going to taste better? His. Why? Because I know what to do. He knows how to do it. And see, that's what you do inside your coaching program. You give away the what and you sell the how. So don't be all caught up on the what. That's just teaching. That's just information. That's just dissemination of information. You want to be able to spend some time on the who. Okay, you want to be able to, on the how. You want to be able to spend some time on the how. That, in my opinion, is incredibly important. Let's go to the next ingredient. This is the tools and resources. So if the payoff is the queso, okay, this is sort of what they want. Okay, this is really what they're paying for. Okay, the pathway is the logical linear process that's going to get them there. The teaching is you teaching them through your logical linear pathway. Your coaching is applying it to their particular situation. Well, the fourth thing is the tools and resources. Tools and resources. Now, here's the thing with tools. Okay, a tool is an instrument that your prospects can use, or a resource that will allow them to make the step in your process accessible. It will give them the ability to fulfill it. Okay, so you should have at least one tool or resource per step in your framework. It could be an actual tool, like a piece of software or a calculator. It could be like a nutrition guide. It could be a PDF download. It could be an app. It could be whatever. Okay, but you should have at least one tool or resource per step inside your framework. Okay, and tools should make you go faster. Okay, if they don't accelerate the process, they're not a product. They're a product. They're not a tool. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, so here inside of Elite CEOs, we have a tool called Elite 360. It's our software. Okay, and our software is awesome. It's robust. It's one of the best on the market. We have one of the greatest support teams that you're going to be able to find, but it's complicated, and at first it doesn't speed you up. It slows you down, right? Because you got to get in, you got to figure it out, right? And so even though it's a tool, it's not a tool that we put inside of our pathway to make you go faster. It's an entire product in and of itself that we offer to you, sometimes as a bonus, sometimes we sell it to you or whatever, but we offer it to you as a separate product. Why? Because it doesn't allow you to go faster, okay? It doesn't allow you to do that. However, we have tracking sheets, we have sales scripts, we have those types of messaging scripts that we give you that allow you to learn our process and go through that step faster. See, that's a tool. A tool is designed to make you go faster, not slower. If it doesn't accelerate the process, it's not a tool, it's a product. And you can offer it as a bonus, or you can sell it as an upsell inside of what you're doing. Okay, so you have the payoff, the pathway, the teaching, coaching, tools, resource, and number 5 is access. If someone gets stuck going through your pathway, who do they touch base with? Who do they talk to? Okay, it's called access. Access is incredibly important. Now, you could give them access via Voxer. You can give them access via text message. You can give them access in a Facebook group. You can give them access via email. You can give them access via phone. You can give them access via event. I don't know how you're going to give them access. You can figure that out. But here's what you have to know. The law of proximity comes into play when it comes to access. And here's what you have to know. That the closer your clients get to you, the more money you should charge. Did you hear me? The closer your clients get to you, the more money I should charge. Okay, so in other words, if you were the one doing the coaching, you should be relatively expensive. If someone else is doing the coaching, you can lower your price a little bit. And the closer they get to you, the more money you should charge. You have to put a high value on the proximity. Now, when you're first starting out, okay, they just may have to be really close to you because that's how you do it. But as you grow, the law of proximity will be coming into play a little bit more. Second law of proximity, it says the closer they get, the faster they should go. Okay, if they're going to get close to you, they should be able to go through your process much faster because it's you. Okay, if you're slowing them down, then don't let them have access to you. You should allow them to go faster, okay, not slower. People want a result and they want it now. So if they get close to you, you charge them more. And the reason why you're charging them more is not just because you're awesome, but because you can give them the result that they want faster. And the closer they are to you, okay, the higher quality of a business owner they must be or become. Okay. So you're not just going to let anyone and everyone inside your program, okay, to get really close to you, because there's a transfer of energy. Okay. You need to know that the people that you're working with, you can make better. And if you can make better, you can allow them in. If you can't make them better, you keep them out. Okay, because they have to become better, or they need to already be a high quality human before they come in, because that's powerful. So when you're looking at that access, you need to say, okay, if they get stuck, how are they going to get access? Do they need to get access to me? Can they get access to a member of my team? Does it make it more valuable? Does it make it less valuable? And the law of proximity kicks in. The closer my clients get to me, the more money I charge. The closer they get, the faster they should go, and the closer they get, the better they should become. That's the law of proximity. Now, the final ingredient is a relatively simple one, but a super powerful one. It's called network and community. The network is the people that you allow your prospects and clients to rub shoulders with. Okay, that's the network. Okay, these people that they get to rub shoulders with should be able to add massive value to your program. So I used to have a $50,000 coaching program. And what was interesting is we had some really high quality people inside this particular program. But after a while, I'm like, man, nobody's showing up on calls. They're not even booking calls or whatever. And they were like, Chad, like, your community is so awesome. The people that I get to rub shoulders with are so awesome. That's really all I need. And we have had marriages. We have had business partners come together. We've had people become best friends all through the community, because communities can be really powerful. So like if you have a fitness program, don't be afraid to let people rub shoulders together, help each other out. If you have a business program, especially, let them see behind the scenes of everybody. That's why inside of the Mastermind Scaling Intensive, we provide a VIP coaching pod, because we want you to rub shoulders with other people. This is why we give you like the elite university. So you can go in there, you can have a community of people, because community and network are that important. Okay, so those are the 6 ingredients that you're going to have inside of your business. So I'm just going to recap these real quick. Okay, they're the payoff, the pathway, the teaching, coaching, tools, resources, access, network, and community. If you have those inside your business, you should have the confidence that your business will work. Okay, your prospects should have the confidence that your business should work. So spend some time on each and every one of these. Go to town on these, because this is what you're going to fulfill. Okay, you're going to fulfill each and every one of these inside your program, and I promise you that your clients are going to be grateful. Okay, be grateful that you put the time, energy, and effort into making these particular ingredients happen for them. Okay, and the reason why they're going to be grateful is because they're going to get to the queso a lot faster.